Whatever it is that we do, we go tough, we go fast, and we go physical. Understand again who you play for. Understand again what you represent here. Every single time you put on this uniform. All the guys that played before you. Understand that. Wear that jersey with pride every single time you are on this field. Cheer your teammates on for 48 minutes. Make plays, and you'll be 1-0 after tonight. Let's go, beat these guys up. Let's go crazy!
Only thing that's on my mind is who's gonna run this town tonight.
Golden Hawks, head coached by DJ Memphis.
Welcome to Pascack Valley TV. I'm Matthew Mugno, broadcasting tonight's matchup between the Pascack Valley Panthers and the River Dell Golden Hawks. Rumble for the rail on the line here. River Dell coming in 1-5 so far this season. Towards the end of the season, each team has 2 more games to play. For the Pascack Valley Panthers, they are 2-2. So this is a big matchup in order to establish themselves, make it into the playoffs, compete in the state tournament. Coach Cusimano, a few weeks back when I had the chance to interview him, stated that this was a transition year. At 2-2, they're about even, and they're going to have to win this game in order to get themselves into the playoffs. So there's a lot on the line here at the Rumble of the Rail in the Valley at home. They have the home crowd here. It's a whiteout. Also had the chance to interview Adam Shaw and Kevin Regula. Kevin Regula against Paramus had a 5 TD game. He has 15 touchdowns on the season, an extremely impressive number. Pascack Valley's program has always been a running school. They've always utilized the run game ever since Craig Nielsen was here, and they won back-to-back in 2013 and 2014. Got coin toss underway right now, and the game will begin shortly as the sun goes down here in the valley. 3 more seconds until the clock strikes for game time. Kickoff 6 o'clock. Thanks for joining us on Pascack Valley TV for this Rumble of the Rail matchup. Got films by AD. He's already filming on the sidelines for the end of the year video, and he creates videos per game for Pascack Valley. And the Hawks will start on offense. Pascack Valley will be defending to open this game, and they'll be relying on their defense, who in this match should have a good opportunity to shut things down on the first drive. River Dell is in an uphill battle. They are the underdog of this game. Their marching band is superb on the offensive side. On the musical side of things. The Panthers will be starting on defense with their home crowd behind them. Coming into this game 2-2. They're going to need every player in order to win this game and advance to an above 500 record.
Number 1, Chris Cullen, and number 8, Kane Lanza. Kicking off for Pascack Valley is number 9, Evan Starr.
Evan Starr will have the kickoff for the Panthers as the play is set to be underway. The fans are here and the place is rocking for Starr on the kickoff. Whistle's good and we are underway. And the Hawks are stopped at the 15-yard line. Gobble up there on the return, and they'll start the offensive from there. For the Panthers, they're going to have a few star defenders in Captain Joey Von Sobel, Dante Ricciardi, linebacker. Colin Krause will be looking to shut things down early from the Riverdale Hawks. Ensure they squash any sort of confidence coming into this game. In the first play, Zion Yoon lines up, receives the ball, and gets a pass out quick over the top in the middle to tight end, and he's brought down. First play, a nice gain there.
River Dell completing a pass to number 6, Dean Mariucci.
Dean Mariucci has a touchdown this season, and he just received the ball over the top, finding that soft spot in the defense of the Panthers over the top. Dead center. Was able to receive and had some time to make the pass, so the offensive line performing well on the first play of the game. And Yoon receives the ball again, looking for an outlet, starts to scramble, and he's off. And he's running, making some gains, shakes a tackle, and he's upfield, and he's tackled out of bounds. And it's a good start for the River Dell Golden Hawks, who need everything they can to overcome their 1-5 record. A great scramble from Yoon to scramble, get out of the pocket, and make about a 10-yard gain there. First down for River Dell, and they'll be just below the center field marker. On 2 plays, they've advanced 20 yards. And the Panthers line up. They have 5 up front, trying to get to the inside, and a handoff, and a big tackle made there by Jake Merlino. Merlino on the back end, he's a senior linebacker. He has 46 total tackles, a fumble return, and 14 tackles for loss this season. So Jake Merlino is one of those standout players on the defensive end of the ball. Golden Hawks lining up again. Setting the running back in motion for a little jet sweep, and the ball goes down, and it's incomplete. Whistle blown. The Golden Hawks couldn't receive that one. Goes right through the hands, and it'll be third down now, as the Hawks will be looking to make a gain, get across center field, and get that first down. Find some juice in their game. It'll help them gain some confidence if they are able to complete a pass or get the run game going here. The cheerleading squad tonight also features the Hillsdale Hawks and Rivervale Raiders cheerleaders alongside the Pascack Valley cheerleaders. It's also the senior game. And Yoon collects, eyes upfield, makes a check down pass over the center again, and it's short of the first down marker. And they trot out the punting unit. Kai Smith with the tackle. He also returns some punts for the team and plays well on the defensive side of the ball. And my apologies, they trot out a different unit. And a tackle's made there by the Panthers on that final play, and that's by Kai Smith again. So 2 tackles in a row for Kai Smith, and he takes down the punter who tries to fake the play. And the PV offense is taken over. And we'll see Adam Shaw, Kevin Regula for the first time tonight. 2 star players for the Panthers for the offensive side of the ball. They've had a number of receivers activated this season, more so in past years. And their rush game is all through that of Kevin Regula, who receives the ball in the first play, a fake pass, and he pushes through the middle, but he's wrapped up easily. Good read by the Riverdale Golden Hawks. Second down, and they're still at center.
Quarterback Adam Shaw hands the ball off to running back Kevin Regula. Attempts the middle one. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, so there'll be no gain on the play. 2nd and 10 for PV.
Pascack Valley brought up their receiving game. They're going to try and run things through Regula in this game, especially with the play of the River Dell Golden Hawks, which has been lackluster this season. They're going to try and hand it off to the man who has 15 touchdowns. A fake and a screen pass is tipped and goes to the turf. We'll have 3rd down coming up as Shaw couldn't connect there as he tried to hit Michael Franzaglia.
Will be 3rd and 10 for the Panthers.
Panthers at 3rd down. Couldn't get the run game going in the 1st down. And we'll have to start to activate their receivers, who I mentioned. They have a number of receivers who have had over 50 yards this season in Colin Krause, Foley, DaCosta, Kazinci, Franzaglia, and Didi, who has 163 yards, a touchdown, and 13 receptions on the season. They're going to look to activate him. DaCosta leads the touchdown receptions with 2 over his receiving counterparts, and Regula has 15 touchdowns. So if it wasn't obvious enough, Panthers run through the TD. A screen pass to Regula, who goes upfield, finds a hole, and he's gone! Kevin Regula converts on 3rd down. Touchdown, Panthers! There you go, number 16 on the year for the Star. Running back, Kevin Regula. PV touchdown. I asked him when I interviewed him yesterday if he thought he had another monster game in him, and he said he'd like it to be more consistent, but the Panthers now have 16 touchdowns through their run game through Kevin Regula, and he'll certainly have the attention of the state rankings. Again, the Panthers need this victory in order to go above 500. The field goal's good, and the Panthers will lead 7-0 on their first drive of the game on a turnover after a fake punt attempt. 7-0, 8:51 on the clock right now. And the River Dell Golden Hawks will have another chance upfield. I said it. Now, something you wanted to know. 96 attempts for Regula. That was his 98th, so he's encroaching on 100 for the season. 708 yards, 15 touchdowns, just scored his 16th, and for the kicker, Star, he just made 6 of 8 field goals and is recorded 12 points coming into this game on the extra point, and he just tallied a few more there. And the Panthers will kick it off again, and we'll see what the Golden Hawks can do to respond to that touchdown. An early touchdown. Regula found the hole on the right sideline, marched upfield, and he's brought down at the 20-yard line, their own 20-yard line for the River Dell Golden Hawks, and they'll have 60 yards to march upfield. My apologies, 80 yards to march upfield in order to reach the end zone. They were able to move upfield, and just on 2 plays they weren't able to convert, took a risk by faking the punt. And the Panthers were able to convert. Had 2 plays that didn't work out and a screen play that ended up leading to the touchdown for Regula. They were able to convert between Shaw and Regula. And Yoon will take off. Yoon upfield, finds a hole, and he's down the sideline, and he's brought out of play. Zion Yoon has been impressive with the way he's able to scramble, very Lamar Jackson-like, a little bit of Jalen Hurts in there. Number 3 for the River Dell Golden Hawks has been the engine for the offense for the Golden Hawks, and there was a flag on the play. We'll see if it's brought back. Looks like it'll be some sort of hold, and it'll bring the Golden Hawks back despite the solid run by Zion Williams. Zion Yoon has 3 touchdowns this year, no interceptions, 142 yards on 12 attempts. So they've run the ball similar to how the Panthers have. And the receivers that they'll look at are Tyler Datz, Philip Dornheim, and R.J. Weiss. junior who leads the touchdown category with 2. And Zion Yoon with the ball, steps back and launches one over the top. And can't connect with number 9 over the middle, who's been his number 1 target so far on the first drive and on the second drive.
It'll be second down for River Dell. Let's go, fans. Let's hear it for those Pascack Valley cheerleaders.
Panthers off to do a good job here on defense. Again, they have some great numbers. Ricciardi, junior linebacker, is 60 total tackles. Merlino with 47 now. Smith with 32. He added 33 and 34 on the last drive. And Kraus, the senior defensive line, with 35 total tackles. A sack on the year as well. Forced fumble, a fumble return, and 7 tackles for loss. And he airs one out again over the top. Zion Yoon finds a man over the middle. And a great reception brings them over the PV logo. Riverdale Golden Hawks march upfield on one stretch pass. They tried the second time this game. They're able to find a little bit of space in the middle of the field. A soft spot for the Panthers on the last 2 drives. It's a little bit of a spot in the middle of the field, and we'll see how the Golden Hawks try and work through that again, and the running back makes some gains there and reaches the 35-yard line. And just like that, on 3 plays, they're upfield. And Golden Hawks are 2nd and 1, exactly a yard short of the first down. They have their eyes on the end zone, and they're making a good push here with about 7:18 remaining in the first quarter. Pascack Valley converted on their first drive. They lead the game 7-0 on a play from who else? Kevin Regula, who has 16 touchdowns on the season. And the fake handoff. Yoon's looking upfield, trying to find that soft spot again, and receiver can't come down with it on a short pass, looking for that first down, so it'll be 3rd down and a yard. Again, this is where the Golden Hawks, if they can convert, this is how they stay in the game. As they weren't able to the first time, fake the punt on a risky play. We saw that with Sean Payton in the NFL. The first drive for the Denver Broncos, they tried an onside kick, as he had in the Super Bowl, for the 2010 Super Bowl between the Colts and the Saints. It didn't work for the Broncos, but also didn't work for the Riverdale Golden Hawks tonight with the risky play. And the handoff, some gains, and they get the first. And he moves the chains. Golden Hawks will be setting up again as they're just about at the red zone. Pascack Valley Panthers has surrendered some high-scoring games so far this season. In their last 5, they allowed 17 to Montville, 14 to Demarest, just 7 to Highlands in a low-scoring and rainy game. 38 to OT, and 21 to Paramus a month ago. And we got a flag. It looks like a false start for the Panthers, so that'll be an auto first down against the Panthers, and the defense is going to have to lock in here in order to prevent a tie game here. And Riverdale Hawks have capitalized on a stretch pass play, a deep ball over center. It's juiced them up and given them some confidence, and they've started to open up their offense a little bit. Yoon drops back, a pass to the sideline, and a touchdown. Yep. Just short. Chris Kellum with the reception there on the sideline. Number 1, they've utilized him at running back as well, and it's just short of the end zone. So Riverdale Golden Hawks knocking on heaven's door. A handoff and a touchdown. Golden Hawks tie this one up. Yoon decides to fake the handoff push through, spin off a tackle, and registers a touchdown. That's the 4th of the season for Yoon, and they'll trot the field goal unit out. If you expected before the game for there to be a tie game this early, I think anyone would think you were crazy in this Rumble for the Rail. Field goals good, and it's a tie game. There's your confidence boost for the River Dell Golden Hawks, who marched downfield on their second attempt downfield. Got 5:48 remaining in the first quarter, and the Golden Hawks respond following the Panthers' drive where 2 plays out to the flat didn't work, and Shaw was able to scramble, find Regula, who shook off a tackle, got a nice block, and ran it about 30-40 yards downfield for the Panthers' touchdown. Golden Hawks respond. Yoon takes it himself. Shades of Lamar Jackson there. Runs the ball in. And we have a tie game for the Pascack Valley Panthers. Again, the Panthers need this game they need to win this game. They can't afford any power points. Last time they were state sectional champions, 2014, they went back-to-back 13-14. And before that, 65, 66, 69, 1990, and then those back-to-back years where they played at MetLife. And the Golden Hawks will kick it off, and there's a flag on the play. We'll see what it is. Looks like an offside on the River Dell Golden Hawks. Again, in these games, you don't want to be in your own way if you're each team. You want to limit the amount of penalties you take, especially in those situations, offsides, false start. And we saw with the Panthers, they had a false start play that allowed the Golden Hawks to get the first down and then 3 plays later convert on a touchdown. Now, Riverdale's last 5 games, they've struggled a little bit as they kick it off again. And it's received. The Panthers march upfield, and he's brought down at the 45. Now, the Golden Hawks lost the last 2 games without registering a touchdown, so that's their first touchdown in 2 games. They lost to Ramapo 40-0 and lost to OT 44-0. OT and Ramapo are both perennial and successful programs. On September 22nd, they won against Demers 49-20, so that was the last time they registered points, was in the month of September. They lost to Westwood 34-0, so in 3 of the last 4 games, they didn't register any points. And against Bergenfield, they lost in a close game 28-26 on September 7th. Shaw fakes the handoff and finds Regula again, who marches upfield, drops it off around the PV logo, midfield, just short of the first down marker. I mean, how many times tonight am I going to be saying Adam Shaw, handoff to Kevin Regula? 16 touchdowns on the season for him. His pregame song, well, you'll find out more of his interests later in a speed round we conducted here at PVTV with Adam Shaw and Kevin Regula. But Regula's go-to is Drake, the Toronto artist. And Shaw fakes the handoff again to Regula, and he gets the first. And that's his 100th attempt of the season with 2 games remaining. And they're going to look for their playoff hopes to stay alive in this game. It's not necessarily on the line, but if you lose a game to a team that's lost, that has a record of 1-5 and lost 5 games, it's going to be tough to rebound from that. So Rumble the Rail here, tie game. The Rumble for the Rail, the 2 teams have been engaged in this for a long time. There's a trophy that represents a railway knot, and whichever team wins gets to keep the trophy that year. Right now it's in PV's hands, but tie game right now. Regula drives up the middle, gets a few yards, and there's a flag tossed on that play.
Kevin Regula runs up the middle for a gain of 5. There's some yellow laundry on the field. It's a penalty against the Panthers.
Panthers take a penalty. Will most likely be a hold or some sort of block.
A hold, to be exact, will back them up
and
9 yards.
It's going to back them up all the way to where they started with the ball. So 2 runs get nullified by Regula. And they'll have a receiver lined up all alone in Franzalia to the right of Shaw. He's most likely going to go regular. Fakes the handoff, goes up the middle, finds Franzalia, who found space, and he gets tackled. So he's activated. Franzaglia is a junior, 128 yards this season, and that's his 13th reception. He just added to his total there. He doesn't have a touchdown, though, but a great check down play, and he was able to gain a few extra yards by Franzalia.
7 yards. Will be 2nd and 8 for PV.
And they'll line up with Dede in motion. Dede, they'll look to get him activated this game. They fake the handoff, and Shaw takes it himself. Shaw upfield. And there's a flag down. He was able to gain a few yards. Adam Shaw, we interviewed him this week. That'll be played at halftime on Pascack Valley TV, so don't go anywhere for halftime. It's the first quarter right now, but when that airs, you'll find out about why Adam Shaw is so good in the run game.
For the second time.
And the Panthers come out of the huddle. They'll look to advance again as they were set back by 2 flags on this drive alone. Dede again in motion. Looks like they're going to try and run a similar play. He's got his receivers to the right. Couldn't get the tackle, and he's sacked. Adam Shaw is taken down in the backfield.
River Dell taking down Adam Shaw in the backfield for the sack.
The River Dell Golden Hawks have a score and a sack already in the first quarter. They've come out swinging this game in the Rumble for the Rail. And another play. Looked like it could have been a fumble. Let's see who ended up recovering that. A lost snap, and it'll lead to Len Cusimano trotting out the punting unit. So 4th down play. They're going to punt on this, and for the Riverdale Golden Hawks, this is a chance for them to come out with a minute on the clock, plenty of football to try and take the lead here in the first quarter. Rumble the Rail on Pascack Valley TV. And there's the punt. Dats receives it, and he's brought down. A great play by the Panthers to bring down Dats, who just got the ball, and that was by Mark Delaquila.
Great coverage on the punt. The River Dell will take the ball. 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line.
The Riverdale Golden Hawks converted on their second drive tonight. They have a sack in the backfield that forced the Panthers to punt. And with a minute and 6 seconds left, we got a timeout, and it was taken by the Hawks. So the score is 7-7 right now. There's plenty of time to march upfield. If you have that Patrick Mahomes energy, maybe Zion Yoon has that, and we'll see if he and the coaching staff can manage the clock here. Head coach DJ Nymphius, current Riverdale Golden Hawks coach. We'll see if Nymphius and Yoon can manage the clock here and march upfield on the turf in the Valley for the battle and rumble for the rail. Yoon's been the engine for the offense. He does have the lone touchdown for the Hawks in this game. First score they've had in 2 weeks. In 3 weeks of play, it's their first touchdown. And the handoff to Dats, and he's brought down in the backfield. No gain there on the run play. And they option the run. We'll see how they activate their receivers if they opt to again. And Delaquila comes up with his second tackle of the night. Kai Smith has been all over the field as well for the Panthers. River Dell is now in second down. 38 seconds on the clock. And it's ticking. We'll see what they're able to whip up here before the second quarter if they opt to just hold on to the ball. And some gains made there on a run play, and it's swallowed up at center. No first down gain there, and now it'll be forced on third down to think of something with 9 seconds on the clock. We'll see if they try and call a play before then. Looks like they're going to be going off the field, and that'll be the end of quarter number 1. We saw 2 scores in the rumble for the rail. Did you think the Riverdale Golden Hawks were going to be in this one? I don't think many people would have had them here. It's 7-7. The Panthers need these power points bad to stay in the playoff mix. And they walk off 7-7. And for Len Cusimano, again, this is a season that he knows it's a transition year, but he has some players that are older. And we'll see if they're able to turn things around. This is a game that if they're able to win, it will most certainly be something that propels them into the postseason. They only have one more game after this. And even if they do win, this would be a confidence slam for the Panthers and a huge confidence boost for the program for the Riverdale Golden Hawks. It may not mean playoff hopes, but it could mean that they're knocking off the Panthers in the Rumble of the Rail. Now, a big shout out to our producer, Michael Sherman. He produces all of these live stream games. He does a lot for this school. He films board meetings. He runs mini-series outside of class. He runs PVTV, the show itself. And he runs the YouTube channel for PVTV, which has a number of subscribers now. I also have Diego, senior class president, sitting next to me. He's on the camera. So that's your crew for tonight. I'm on the broadcast, Matthew Mugno for the Pascack Valley Panthers. PVTV. Nothing better than PVTV. It's a great program that Michael Sherman, he's built up over the last number of years. From when I was a student, it was season 2. Now Pascack Valley TV looks like the real deal. His students are doing things that I think even myself, I couldn't do. And the punt, it's up in the air, not a lot of distance there, and it'll be brought down at the 40. Now this will be the Panthers' chance to gain upfield and answer the bell. I mean, for the Panthers, one drive was ended in a sack of Shaw, and Shaw's a pretty big boy. He's 6'1", 180, so the fact that he was brought down in the backfield is a bad sign for the offensive line. Not the best start to a game. Tie game, you're still in it. 7-7, a score per team. Regula and Yoon, the 2 scorers. I mean, this definitely is a game where the best players are coming through. And Shaw goes over the top, finds Franzalia, and it's just ahead of him. And he's not able to haul it in as he goes to the turf, and the shot downfield will lead to a second down here. Now the Panthers on second down go for a shot downfield, and this is something that in the years that I've observed Pascack Valley play, you haven't had a lot of star receivers. I think the last true star receiver was Mike Pimpinella in 2014. I believe he graduated 2015. He was an all-state player, and Shaw takes it himself, finds a hole, and makes the gain. Number 10 for the Panthers. That's his second rush attempt, and he marches upfield. That's a dual threat mentality that he has. He's able to run the ball, he's able to pass, and it adds some depth to the offense for the Panthers, who already have a 16-touchdown man in Kevin Regula, number 25, and they also have a quarterback that can run the ball. Most of the time with professional teams, you see a running back that's just capable of running because of the dual threat QB demands more money, but at the high school level, there's no money involved here. If you can be a dual threat and you have a great back, you're a dangerous team, and they march upfield. That handoff to Colin Foley, senior, running back and linebacker, 185. Good job taking a little bit of a sweep play upfield. First down for the Panthers, 8-yard gain. Talked about the history of the Panthers. 13-14. The last times they won state sectional championships, they went 10-2 in both of those seasons. So they won 20-4 in 2 seasons under head coach Craig Nielsen. I had him for Jim my freshman year of high school, and that was his last year coaching the team. And a run play, and he tries to shake a tackle, but he's brought down. And that was Ashton Kazinski, who picked up that sweep again. There's definitely a variation in the play call here from Len Cusimano, which has impressed me for the years that he had star backs and not a lot of receiving help. He utilized players like Matt Urea for almost everything. Even in the years under Nielsen that the team was winning state sectional championships, players like George Cortez had 500-yard seasons. Now Regula at this point is making a run for that. He's got 708. And the fake handoff, and Regula finds a hole, but he's just brought down. A defender held on to his leg and brings him down. They get the first. Regula made a nice play upfield. If he's just able to maybe make a lateral step to the right, he could have been gone. But rather, the Panthers will be just outside of the red zone. First down for the Panthers, and with 9 minutes on the clock in this half, it's a tie score. Panthers making some gains on a lot of varied play calls from Len Cusimano and the coaching staff. I've certainly been impressed by that. And Regula with the ball again. And there's a pile of humanity at center. Stops the play. And it'll be brought down to the 25. Just wrapped up. PVTV streamed the game. It was one of the first away streams for Pascack Valley. Earlier this season, there was a hailstorm that forced the game to go from Pascack Valley. The field was flooded. Poor conditions. The hail was about the size of quarters. Really rained down. It caused a lot of roof damage in the town. You saw a lot of vans the week after, and even for my family, we need our roof repaired. So a lot of local businesses being supported from that end in need of help. And Shaw's chased down by 2 players. The pass is up in the air, almost mossed, but it's broken up by a defender. Shaw has faced some pressure tonight and had to get the ball off quick, as the River Dell interior is doing a good job of breaching the O-line of the Panthers. 8:03 remaining on the clock. For the Panthers, something else to mention about Regula's game. He's just a junior, so he's putting up these monster numbers in his 3rd year, a high schooler. He's also had 48 yards and 8 receptions as a receiver as well. So if you're talking about a jack of all trades, there he is. Shaw receives the ball. He was looking for a receiver, throws it, strikes it down the middle, and it's intercepted. And the River Dell Golden Hawks come up with it on a big hit there by Regula, who chirps the defender that came up with the interception. Shaw was scrambling. He had a receiver that was locked up on a triple team, couldn't find him, and the River Dell Golden Hawks anticipate a play and turn the ball over in a tight game. Did you think it was going to be a tight one?
32-yard line.
Pascack Valley TV here broadcasting the game. I have Diego, senior class president, on the camera right next to me, and Mike Sherman's up in the booth, and he's producing this broadcast for us. He's a master with live stream production and film. He is the film and television teacher at Pascack Valley. Has sent many students off to succeed in their respective fields, and a missed tackle there, a reverse of the play, and two more Panthers come in at third, and he's brought down hard on a tackle. Golden Hawks no gain there on their first drive attempt. Now there's 7 minutes on the clock, and the River Dell Golden Hawks are in a position here to again take a lead. Shaw with an interception. That's Shaw's 5th interception of the year. He has 4 TDs, 5 interceptions. Coming into this game, 52 completions and 614 yards. And to top all that off, 375 rushing yards. Dual threat. That's how it reads to me. And a flag on the play. A false start by the Golden Hawks. And the Panthers players are really getting into this game, cheering for that flag that was tossed. Nothing like high school football in the Valley. The Pascack Valley region, and Hillsdale especially, has a small town feel, but has great schools. Pascack Valley included. It's one of the top schools in the state, up there with a school like Northern Highlands. Now, I brought up that hail game. We have not had the best weather on weekends, so this is a great Friday night under the lights. As a few weekends back, Pascack Valley took on Northern Highlands here, and it was a gross game. We couldn't live stream it. The rain was coming down in droves. And a huge play downfield, a dot from Yoon, and Riverdale's going, and brought down at the 15. A huge play by the Golden Hawks. Yoon airing it out. The second time he's fined number 9 on that play downfield. What a dot. And the Riverdale Golden Hawks are with striking distance of taking a lead in this game after the last 2 weeks. They didn't convert on a scoring play. Riverdale again down in dangerous territory in the Valley. On the road, they're the underdogs here. They were outscored 80-0 in their last 2 games. Yoon takes the ball, and they try and strip him of it. Kraus wraps him up, and the whistle from the officials. And a stoppage there.
Takes the ball, runs into the Pascack Valley strong defensive line there for a gain of...
For the Panthers' varied play call on offense, interception ended their drive. Turn the ball over, and now we'll have another play where the Golden Hawks have a chance at converting. In the huddle right now, PV's defense has surrendered points in the last few games. I brought that up at the top of the broadcast on the first drive from the Golden Hawks that resulted in a touchdown play by Zion Yoon. He's not the tallest. He's not the bulkiest, but man, can he play. Rolls out, looks to his right, a dunk pass, and a touchdown! Golden Hawks take the lead. What a play by the underdog team here in the rumble for the rail. And they'll go up 13-7 on that scoring play. A huge drive by Zion Yoon. Certainly the star of this game so far, and he certainly silenced the Pascack Valley crowd here at their home field. Field goal unit on. And the kick is good. Just like that, it's 14-7 Riverdale Golden Hawks over the Pascack Valley Panthers after Adam Shaw handed the ball to the Golden Hawks on an interception. We'll see if the Pascack Valley Panthers can bounce back. Again, a transition year. You have a sophomore quarterback. You have a junior running back. That connection's been on fire tonight, but outside of that, the varied play call resulted in a little bit of a scramble from Shaw. you definitely have the security in the running back. It's like what Marshawn Lynch recently said on the Club Shay Shay podcast. When you have the reliable run game, why not use it? And I think for the Panthers, they've been running the ball a lot, a squib kick, and it bounces off of the hands of a Panther, but it's picked up, received, and Panthers are brought down again, and the River Dell Golden Hawks are absolutely juiced up on their sideline, as the Panthers have certainly surrendered the Big C in confidence to their opponent tonight.
It turns the ball out to the 32-yard line of the Pascack Valley offense. Will take the field with just under 5 minutes remaining in the first half of play.
Shaw takes it himself. He's got some space, finds a hole, and gets a few extra yards on it. Adam Shaw, we brought up Kevin Regula's song and artist before the game. For Adam Shaw, you'll find out the song, but his artist will surprise you.
Second down upcoming for Pascack Valley.
Panthers line up again. About 3-4 yards short of the first marker. We'll see if they can move the chains here. Regula lined up to the right, and he receives the ball. He's got some space and a blocker ahead of him. Running up the sideline, shakes a tackle, and he's going. Shakes another tackle, and he trips up. A great run by Regula. Kevin Regula, number 25, marches upfield. He answers the bell on that one as he was able to bob and weave through the defenders of the Golden Hawks. The rumble for the rails certainly heating up here as the dusk is upon us. Sun's going down over the valley. Field's getting a little bit darker and those lights are brighter. Kevin Regula with the gain there. And it'll put the Panthers right in the territory they want. Deep in Golden Hawks territory. The fans are coming alive for the Panthers. Shaw fakes the handoff, up the gut, shakes two tackles, gets tripped up, and again, red zone. It's good to see Shaw respond there after turning the ball over on the last drive. Panthers currently need a score to tie the game up. 3 minutes remaining on the clock, plenty of football for that, and
second and short for PV.
Kicking unit practicing for a potential field goal on the sideline. Panthers line up, and Regula, the handoff. Regula looks like he's just short. Punched the hole, but just got tripped up before he laid out for it. Was reaching for that end zone, get that ball across the field, but it's marked just short. And the Panthers are 2 yards out from another score. We'll see how they approach this. I mean, you have the dual threat. You have the running back. No sense in putting it in the air. Shaw. Looks like they might try a little bit of tush-push action. The handoff to Regula. A pitch play and a touchdown. His second of the game. 17th of the season. Kevin Regula. Do you want regular or do you want premium? He's got 2 tonight. Pascack Valley touchdown. And there you go. 14-13 with 2:22 on the clock. Field goal unit trots out. Evan Starr will go for his 7th of the season. The snap, the kick, and it just gets in there. 14-14 tie game. Rumble for the rail. And we're all knotted up in this competitive game between a 1-5 team and a 2-2 team record-wise. I bet the Panthers didn't expect the River Dell Golden Hawks to give them this much of a push. Tie game right now, 2:22 on the clock. Zion Yoon will get started after this punt. See if it's good. Andre DeBoggan currently on the sideline, films by AD, creating game-by-game highlights with sideline access with high-definition footage. And he also creates the end-of-the-year video for the Rivervale Raiders as well. He did a fantastic job with that last year. Go check him out, films by AD on YouTube and Instagram. He's definitely active on socials, advertises his brand, and he has a niche, high school sports. It's the next big thing for the media world. And the Riverdale Golden Hawks with a good return. A flag's down, but they're going all the way downfield. And a touchdown. We'll see if this stands. But it's blown down, so it might be another hold. Cusimano's pointing the other way, and a hold. Riverdale Golden Hawks with a hold, flag down for that, and the play will come all the way back. So the Golden Hawks did not return that ball for a touchdown. Flag was tossed on that play. Head coach Len Cusimano, record under him since 2016, 8 years, 4 playoff appearances, 2 appearances in state semifinal games, and he's 31-39 currently. Few years after Nielsen to rebuild the program, you know, something that I had a conversation the other day. With Nielsen, he built the program over time. He had the connections to the middle school coaches to run certain plays. This is how I want my program to be, how I want my players coming in. For Len Cusimano, he's had to do that now, establish himself as the head coach. He was a coach on the team at the time under Nielsen for the last few years of the Nielsen era. But now he's the head coach. He's had to have that trickle-down effect, that trickle-down economic effect on the program and the Rivervale Raiders program, Hillsdale Hawks programs. And we're starting to see where the players are coming in, and they know the playbook a little more. They know what's expected of them. Yoon charging upfield himself and runs out of bounds to avoid getting tackled. Good play, smart play by him. 2:02 on the clock. Tie game. Golden Hawks have another chance to march downfield. Last few times downfield for both teams have been converted into scores. Kevin Regulo with 2 more. If I'm not mistaken, that is 17 on the season. He's just a junior, and he's putting up these incredible numbers. We'll see if he can have another monster game like he had up against Paramus, where he had a total of 5 touchdowns. That's quite the handful for Regula. Yoon over the middle, check down play, and the receiver is fighting for some yards. He's wrapped up and brought down. Yoon with a smart play to check down there. And the Hawks will chip away on this drive.
Enough for a little first down. First and 10 from their own 39.
Golden Hawks at their own 39, and they can see a lot of green field ahead of them. 1:35, plenty of time in the game of football on the clock. Fakes the handoff. He's got a receiver downfield, a pass through the hands of number 4, and that'll lead to a 3rd down play. Looks like there is a hold on the offense, so Golden Hawks suffering from taking some penalties this game so far. Not helping their own cause. They're in this game. You want to hang in the balance and be disciplined. Didn't expect with a 1-5 record to come into this game and perform like this, so penalties like that will hurt your team over the long run. 1:26 on the clock until halftime. Now for Tyler Datz, he has a touchdown on the year. Philip Dornheim also has a touchdown, and R.J. Weiss, a junior for the Golden Hawks, has 2 touchdowns. And For the rushing game, Dean Marucci on the run game has a touchdown. Zion Yoon has 4 touchdowns this year. The offense seems to run through Yoon. River Dell school that's made up of River Edge and Oradell students. Yoon loads a tight spiral over the middle, and he has a man! Another long distance pass finds the soft spot on a go route. And they'll be at the 30. We'll be at the Panthers 30 there.
Taken down by Kaczynski at Pascack Valley. 1st and 10, River Dell. Yoon is taken down about at the line of scrimmage. On that 1st down run will be 2nd down for River Dell.
Now, my apologies for the folks at home. I've said it for a long time now that on this broadcast that the Panthers are 2-2. They are 4-2. Mistake on my end from my notes. Shout out to Chris Kirkby. He gave me the nod there, just messaged me. He was the head coach of the Hawks baseball team that went the distance to the World Series, Junior League World Series, and a pass and a catch and a touchdown by the River Dell Golden Hawks. There you go, there's 3 in a row. They didn't score for the 2 weeks before this. The Panthers are certainly in hot water here as they've surrendered 20 points in the first half to a team that didn't score against Ramapo or Old Tapan. 14 days have separated, in fact, longer than that. 21 days have separated the last time that the Golden Hawks have converted. Field goals good, just sneaks in there, and they take the lead 21-14 with 23 seconds remaining before the half, and they'll take the lead into the half unless a miracle happens for the Panthers. Panthers, now I mentioned this before, 4-2. This is very important for their power points. It's very important for their season that they don't fall to 4-3 to a team like the River Dell Golden Hawks. That'll certainly take a shot at their playoff hopes. They are 4-2 right now. Come into this game 4-2. I had mentioned all broadcasts 2-2. That was my apologies. I'm not sure exactly why I wrote that in my notes, as I have their entire season written down, scores, teams they played, if it was a win and a loss. Apologies again to the folks at home for that misinformation. That was a mistake on my end. Thanks, Chris Kirkby, again. Now, I was talking about Kirkby before. He's a principal at a Park Ridge school. Brought the Hillsdale Hawks to a Junior League World Series tournament appearance. I'm actually currently working on a documentary project to encapsulate what that was like, with interviews with players like Joe Luciano and Chris' son Drew, some former Hillsdale Hawks players. And the Hawks find the hole, and they're downfield on the punt return, and it's going to be a Pascack Valley touchdown! Touchdown Panthers, Kai Smith on the return! And they tie that game up. I said it would take a miracle, and Kai Smith delivers. What a return. All the way downfield, he found the hole. Legs were pumping. Field goal units out. It didn't take Shaw, it didn't take Regula, it took Kai Smith on the punt return. A fantastic play on the return. Miraculous here in the Valley for the Rumble for the Rail. They won't be down. This has been a crazy game, man.
We are proud of you all. Best as they continue through their already
Couldn't hear me?
successful fall season. Nicole.
I'm here with Adam Shaw and Kevin Regulo, running back and quarterback of the Pascack Valley Panthers. Here they're going to talk about their game against the River Dell Golden Hawks. All right, so guys, battle for the rail. How up are you for this game? We'll start with you, Adam.
We're excited. I mean, it's a rivalry game. I've always wanted to do this, and we're just excited.
I'll wait for you, Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, it's always one of the biggest games of the year. So Rumble or Rail, it's always something that we look forward to. So, yeah.
All right, well, second in the division. What's on the line in this game and what's on the line? You got 2 more games regular season. How are you feeling about that? Like, what's the playoff picture looking like for you guys? What's the end goal?
Yeah, I mean, we got to definitely win out these 2 next games. Definitely keep the power points going. Big win over Montville last week. That definitely got us up there in the rankings. So, yeah, just definitely keep it going and get ready for playoffs.
For Adam, what's allowed you to become a dual threat, and when did that kind of develop? You have rushing yards, you got these kind of the, what do they call that now with Jalen Hurts?
Dual threat.
Yeah, like where they push him in at the 1 yard line.
Oh, tush push?
Yeah, the tush push, right? Like you have that dual threat kind of going on. When did that develop? Was that always something you, as you grew in like middle school, was part of your game, or was that something like this season you developed?
Well, when I played when I was younger, I was more of a running back. So then I started learning how to run, and then when I got into high school, I transitioned to a quarterback. So that's probably where I kind of learned to run and pass. So that's helped me.
Running back mentality first. All right, and for you, Kevin, for run game, big for Valley, like it's always been, historically, under Nielsen, now under Cusimano. 1,000-yard season, hasn't been one since Jake Williams, 2019. What's allowed you to have that many carries?
Yeah, I mean, always just the offensive game plan. It's always worked here. Great offensive line. Just run the ball hard. It's been proven to work, and it's worked for us this season.
And with that 5 TD game against Paramus, was that your best performance at any level? Like we're talking flag, pop, all that stuff, or was that something that can be like those monster games? Is that something we can expect more often?
I mean, I hope it definitely comes more often, but yeah, that was definitely one of my best games. So.
And for Adam, what's an aspect of the team's game that you're all seeking to improve?
I'll probably say our mentality. Like even though it's pretty good, I think it could be better. In practices, I think we have to be more energetic. We got to be more hype, I should say.
Yeah, you got 2 more weeks left, and then after that, that's when playoff starts for you guys. So last year, you were a freshman last year. For you, you were a sophomore. When you were coming up, did you look and say, like, we don't want to be in that loser's bracket?
Yeah, our goal every year is just to be in the state playoffs with all the other big teams. So definitely a big goal.
Now we're going to keep it light and fun here. We're going to go speed round. Some of your favorite things. All right, so we're going to go just back and forth real quick between the both of you. Favorite Gatorade flavor?
Yellow.
Yeah, lemon lime.
Lemon lime. All right, snack?
Skittles.
Yeah, Skittles actually.
All right, class and teacher?
Lynch.
Sports team?
Penn State.
New York Giants.
Music artist?
Rihanna.
Drake.
Pre-game song.
Diamonds.
Dreams and Nightmares.
Guilty pleasure movie.
I don't really have one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't. Swiftie, yes or no?
Nah.
Both knows. Halloween movie.
Ooh.
Friday the 13th.
Actually, I don't like scary movies.
Christmas movie.
Ooh.
Griswolds.
Elf.
And fall activity.
Football.
Football.
I figured you guys would say that. Thanks, guys. Thank you for joining us. Second half of action coming up between the Pascack Valley Panthers and the Riverdale Golden Hawks. Welcome back to Pascack Valley TV. Second half of action, rumble for the rail. Pascack Valley Panthers versus River Dell Golden Hawks. We're all knotted up, 21-21. You can see that at the scoring graphic at the bottom of the screen. Michael Sherman producing up in the booth for us. Diego to my left, class president, part of Camp Raspberry as well. Great student. Had a good time chopping it up at halftime also with Andre DeBagian. Films by AD. He's filming the highlights for the team, as well as Mr. Judilla, who's doing the team's huddle. And here we go, play underway. A run to the outside, and a good tackle by the Hawks brings down the Panthers, who will have possession for the second half. Again, brought up tie game so far. It's been an electric atmosphere. You have the stands packed for Pascack Valley. River Dell had some juice, has the confidence. They didn't score in 21 days. They haven't scored in 2 games against Old Tappan and Ramapo, 2 perennial programs, 2 perennially talented programs. Ramapo always seems to be this school that no matter what sport it is, they seem to be good at. It's like a sports school. And Old Tappan has been good in the football department for years and years. And Shaw will receive the snap and take it himself. He runs upfield. He finds a hole. Shaking off a tackle, and he's brought down. Adam Shaw downfield. Dual threat. Punches the hole, had a lot of space and time, and was brought down at the 35. And just like that, the Panthers are in position to score. 30 seconds into this quarter, the third quarter. We saw 3 scores per team in the first half. Word from Mr. Judilla is that the River Dell Golden Hawks, despite their record, do have some talent. Shaw carries it himself to the outside, gets a good block. A stiff arm play, he jukes a defender, and he's brought down around the 3-yard line. What a play, what a drive from Adam Shaw, the Pascack Valley quarterback.
Adam Shaw with another great run up the left-hand side here.
Adam Shaw coming into this game had 375 rushing yards, 614 yards in total, 52 completions and 4 touchdowns. He threw his 5th interception earlier in this game. Kevin Regula hasn't even been utilized on this drive yet. Adam Shaw with 2 huge runs brings the Panthers all the way downfield. The sophomore showing a lot of confidence after turning the ball over and allowing the Golden Hawks to take the lead 21-14 earlier before Kai Smith on a punt return ran all the way downfield, found a lot of green in front of him, and recorded a score with 11 seconds before the end of the first half. Second half action here. Joining us on Pascack Valley TV, I'm Matthew Mugno, your broadcaster for the night. Diego to my left on the camera. Michael Sherman producing in the booth. Third play of the drive. Fake handoff to Regula, and Shaw gets taken down. A big tackle by the Golden Hawks. Third time was not the charm for Shaw there, and he'll be brought back about a yard or 2.
Defender Connor Yendo taken down for the sack. It'll be a second down for Pascack.
A sack for the Golden Hawks. They have 2 sacks on the night, an interception. So the defense is playing quite well for the Golden Hawks, at least keeping them in the game. And Zion Yoon on the offensive side of the ball. We haven't seen him yet this half. He's done an amazing job as a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown. Shaw rolls out, cocks it back, and gets it to DaCosta, who's brought down. DaCosta had a big touchdown against Paramus to take the lead in that game. It was the only receiving touchdown of that game, and he leads the receivers with 2 touchdowns this year. Number 17, that is, for the Pascack Valley Panthers. He's a sophomore as well, 6'3". Some height there in their game. The Panthers do have a lot of height in their skill players on offense, and that's something that the Panthers are utilizing in this game. Dede sent in motion. He hasn't been active yet tonight. Shaw tries to drive through a few defenders of the line, and he's wrapped up pushing for that first down, and he's got some teammates assisting. A pile of humanity And he's still standing. And he moves the chains. And he'll get another set of downs for the Panthers. Shaw has single-handedly been the engine behind this drive. His fourth rushing play so far. He was sacked once, but had 2 big plays to open the drive and move the chains there for another set of downs. Shaw tries to find Acosta one-on-one on a little bit of a curl route. The throw is behind Acosta, and we'll have second down here. They are in the red zone.
Bring up second down.
Second down, we'll see what they cook up. Now, if you listen to the interviews at intermission, you heard Adam Shaw say his favorite song before a game, Diamond's favorite artist for a pump-up, Rihanna. Did not expect that answer. Regula, the handoff, finds the outside, pushes the helmet away, shakes the tackle, and he's brought down within yards of the end zone. Now, we provided a little bit of a show for you at intermission, but the show has been on the field for Regula and Shaw, who have been the 2 stars. A little bit of DiCaprio, Brad Pitt action out there. Looking like a movie tonight between the two under the Friday night lights here at Pascack Valley. Behind the school, turf field was redone a few years back under Superintendent Eric Gunderson. Supposed to be better for when it's warm out. Regula goes to the outside and has the hat trick. Yeah, he's definitely performing on premium tonight. Kevin Regula, more like Kevin Premium, with his 3rd touchdown tonight. He's encroaching upon 20 this season. Spectacular effort. And Pascack Valley will take the lead in this one. Field goal units out. Yeah, and it's good. Pascack Valley 28-21. First drive of the half. Adam Shaw redeems himself. And Regula finds the outside, is able to shake a few tackles, knocks away a helmet. And he's in the end zone for the 3rd time tonight, running all over him. My guess is he would probably be within 50 yards, maybe even closer to the 800 range, maybe 900 range, and he's really coming close to 1,000 yards, which would be truly incredible. I've seen some backs in my time around the team. Matt Urea, quarterback, running back, he did it all that year, 2018, I believe. 2017, my apologies. Brought up George Cortez, who won back-to-back rings with the team in 2013 and 14, a decade ago. Jake Williams, who plays for Ithaca College, 2019 was an All-State player, and a huge hit on the punt return keeps the Hawks hemmed in their end of the field.
The bouncing ball is taken by Lanza out to about the 25-yard line, where he is hit hard by Vincent.
This is the battle for the rail. If you're just joining us for Pascack Valley, it's 28-21. Pascack Valley 4-2 coming into this game. Had a competitive, but I don't think the Panthers expected this effort by the River Dell Golden Hawks. Maybe they did, and if that's the case, it was a spectacular half of football, very entertaining. Both teams were in it. Some plays on defense, some great plays on offense. A lot of different players active in this game. It's not a one-man show. And the Panthers will be on the defensive as the Golden Hawks, Zion Yoon, who has a score himself tonight, dual threat. Bounces to the right, is tackled, and it'll be second down.
Zion Yoon takes that ball up the middle. And was smothered by Colin Foley of Pascack Valley.
Now, bringing up the playoffs that are looming ahead for the Panthers, Their playoff record all time since the program began, the 60s, 23-16. My apologies, late 50s. They've been undefeated. Their undefeated seasons, 1959, 1960, 1965, 66, and 90. So 3 of those years they won sectional state championships. Now there's a college football style of play where they play at MetLife, but there will be 1 champion this year, not 2. Not 3, but 1. And Yoon is forced to scramble, and he throws it out of bounds, and he's taken down on that play. He's just running left to right. He had to get rid of it, and it'll bring upon 3rd down. Some notable head coaches for you. Pascack Valley history. Roy Lupinacci he coached from 65 to 71, had 3 sectional championships in 7 years as head coach. So his tenure wasn't long, but neither was Ed Mullins, 1987 to 90. Only 3 years, won the title in 90 and had an undefeated season in 90 as well. Last time the team went undefeated and won a title in the same season. And Craig Nielsen from 01 to 2015, back-to-back titles in 13 and 14. Score is 28-21 right now. Golden Hawks looking to knot things up on this drive, and they get a passing play out on 3rd down. A little bit of a post route there, and the Golden Hawks will have another set of downs. Zion Yoon driving play. You got to think DJ Nymphius is proud of his team's effort tonight and in the first half. They came out swinging. A sack, an interception, 3 scores after 2 weeks of play against 2 great programs, but they didn't record a point, not even a field goal. They were outscored 80-0. The snap is off. Finds a man dead center, bounces off a defender, and it can't be collected. Looks like that was Jake Merlino, senior defensive back, has been all over the field tonight. Certainly contributing from his position for the Panthers.
That'll be an incomplete pass by Rule. 2nd and 10, River Dell.
I mentioned Coach Len Cusimano building the program. It's now been 8 years, and I think he's starting to expect things to take off. You know, we just mentioned coaches like Ed Mullins were only here for 3 years. I'm not sure the entire history and the story, but could have been a situation where he picked up a program that was set up for him in the mid to late 80s, and they were able to win in 1990, go undefeated, or if it's just, it's a different environment and a different world now. Hawks brought down on their run attempt there. But now at 8 years, you'd expect Coach Cusimano is looking for another playoff appearance. 2021, they played a home playoff game, and Steven Demboski had a huge sack to end that game. He's a notable alumni, currently plays for University of Delaware as a sophomore. Had a sack to end the game. It was in the newspapers. Andre had great film of it. It's probably the biggest play in recent memory for the Pascack Valley Panthers. In their recent history, it truly was a remarkable play, a sack to end the game in a close game. Yoon airs it out, has a man over the middle, and the receiver bobbles it. He would have had some green ahead of him, but he drops the pass, and we'll go to 3rd down here in the valley. Pascack Valley is quite literally a valley. If you're driving down the street and the road to lead to the high school, it's a huge downhill grade into this valley here, and for that reason against Paramus, they had to postpone the game from Friday to Saturday in early September because the field flooded as a result of the geography. And the fans are singing a Bruno Mars song right now, getting real into it.
Dornheim's punt is down by number 40, Kevin Hart of River Dell at the 42-yard line. where Adam Shaw and the Pascack Valley offense will take over. Up 7 here with 5:20 to go in the third quarter.
Just saw the Golden Hawks punt the ball.
Is in the stands or on campus. Casey Kerber, if you'd be so kind,
Pascack Valley Panthers will start at the 35.
Thank you.
And my apologies, the 40. Just received the punt, and they're going to look to add on to this lead on this drive as they currently hold a score of 28 points to their opponent's 21. Shaw fakes the handoff, regular upfield. He is gassed up for this game, 3 touchdowns. He also had a 5-touchdown game against Paramus, that game I alluded to earlier on September 9th where the team won 41-21. Dante DaCosta also recorded a receiving touchdown in that game. Now, some head-to-head history between the teams. October 14, 2022, Valley won 27-20. October 1st, 2021, they lost 39-27. November 13th, 2020, they lost 7-2. That's an ugly score of a game. And the handoff to Regula, who's got field! He's got open space! Kevin Premium, touchdown! His 4th of the game! And he's counting on his hand. Number 25, dominant performance. And he's adding some dirt as he's shoveling and burying the River Dell Golden Hawks. Field goal units on, score reads 34-21. Regula bringing the heat. Rumble for the rail. Panthers take the lead. Field goal's good, 35-21. Panthers. Call him Kevin Premium. He's operating on high-octane gas tonight.
About 4.5 left in the third quarter.
According to Mr. Judilla, Kevin Regula held a middle school record in track and field. He currently does not participate at the high school level, though. Regula now has a 5 and a 4 touchdown game under his belt. Coming into this game, he had 15 touchdowns. He now has 19, so he is
Number 8, Kane Lanza. Number 1, Chris Kelm.
he is 1 TD away from 20 touchdowns and another away from a 5 touchdown game. Truly remarkable performance. I don't know if I've seen a Panther, a student from Pascack Valley on the football team, have a performance like this. Genuinely, I don't think I've seen a performance across the season this good. And Golden Hawks get wrapped up on the punt, and he's brought down by Kai Smith, who had the punt return touchdown earlier in the game.
Where he is tackled by number 28, Kai Smith.
Kai Smith does it all. He plays defense, he's the punt returner, he's on the offense. Special teams weapon. Now, something to note, talked about the receiving for the Panthers, and a lot of their receivers are on the smaller end, smaller players. They do get active, but players like Didi, he's a senior, Franzalia, we've seen him get active a little bit tonight and get activated from Shaw, but the other players like Kazinci, DaCosta, we've only seen a few receptions. Foley, Kraus. Like to see more from their receiving game. And a nice evasion of a tackle, but number 1 is brought down by the Panthers D.
Newland's completed pass brings him out to 30-yard line, second down, River Dell. Newland's pass is complete to Dean Marucci, who stays in bounds. Good for a River Dell first down.
And a run play. And there's a flag thrown, and it'll likely be on the Hawks. Look like it'll be a hold. And the Golden Hawks will trot back a few yards on that penalty. The Golden Hawks have definitely not helped their own case. They're in a close game, and this is now the second time where they made gains upfield and are sent back on a holding call. In a tight competitive game, in the game of football, it's hard to watch those plays unfold. Especially at the professional level, even college level, you're seeing holds on every play. It's really if you're caught. That doesn't diminish the role of the linemen for both sides of the ball, though. Yoon backing up, has some time and space, gets the ball over the top, and it's punched out by Kai Smith, who's been all over the field tonight. Number 28 for the Panthers breaks up the play. Had a punt return touchdown earlier, has made some big plays on the defensive end and recorded a few tackles. And Yoon receives the ball, steps up in the pocket, and he's got a man, but it's broken up again by who? Kai Smith. The connection between Yoon and number 9, it's broken up as they take a shot downfield.
It'll be third and eternity for River Dell.
Riverdale looking upfield, third down. Yoon has certainly been able to sling the ball tonight, but we'll see if he'll be able to make up about 25 yards of ground ahead of him. He certainly had a great performance tonight. High-scoring game again for the Valley, 35-21. Panthers have been involved in some high-scoring games. Shaw and DeCosta getting some reps on the sideline. They're both sophomores. Yoon rolls back, a pass, it's broken up, and a huge hit from Kai Smith. Again, he's been all over the field on the defensive side, especially on this drive, and they're going to trot the punting unit out. Brings up 4th and long. We'll see what they opt to do here. Believe they have the field goal unit out, but we saw a fake play before, so Lord knows what DJ Nymphius and the coaching staff for the Hawks are going to bring up. And it will be a punt after all, downfield. No flags yet on the play, and PV receives a turnaround play and a tackle as Ashton Kaczynski is brought down. And a few yards on that gain. Pascack Valley leads 35-21 with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. 3:44 blinking in red on the scoreboard near Sapienza Gardens. We'll see how Pascack Valley, if they opt to activate any of their receivers. It's something I've talked about all night on the broadcast. They've never really been known for having star receivers within the program's history. As I mentioned before, probably 9 years ago, Mike Pimpinella was probably the last all-state receiver that Pascack Valley has had.
Pascack Valley offense will take over here from the 28-yard line.
PV, 28-yard line. They're setting up their play. 2:44 on the clock. You know, in football, that's enough time where anything could happen. I mean, we saw with 11 seconds left, anything could happen. A fake to Regula. Shaw takes it himself. He's bulldozing ahead, wrapped up and brought down. First down again coming up for the Panthers.
The entire River Dell defense to take him down. Going up for a first down. Pascack Valley.
A lot of these players were in middle school when their COVID lockdown occurred. It's great to see action again on the field, as now we're a few years removed from that. And a flag is on the play. We'll see who that's against. And it looks like it's against River Dell as the officials bringing the ball upfield, and Pascack Valley will get a gain on that. So Adam Shaw with the drive upfield, again running the ball. He's that dual threat. He informed us in that interview. If you missed the interview from Pascack Valley TV, that was conducted by myself and Michael Sherman, you heard that he was a running back when he was younger, and it's taken a lot of men to take down Kevin Regula. And he's on the field right now. We got a timeout, but it looks like Regula is still down on the ground. This is not a good sign for the Panthers. Looked like he just couldn't put any pressure on his leg. And he's still down. Oh, he looks like he's in a little bit of pain. Again, not a good sight for the Panthers. Just for the health of the student overall. And Regula's to his feet, but he's limping to the sideline. At least he's on his own weight, and he doesn't need to be carried off. As Bill Rieger comes out, long time trainer here at Pascack Valley, Bill Rieger. Great man, has his own office right towards the back end of the school near the gyms. He's getting some ice out. And Regula's standing, he's just rubbing his calf. Not sure if he received a hit there or what's going on. He's standing on his own weight. And obviously the man with 4 touchdowns, you're hoping that the young man is all right overall health-wise. Game of football is certainly one that you could be injured in a plethora of different ways. And we have a different background of the ball. It's Kai Smith, and he's going towards the end zone. Touchdown! They didn't need Regula on this play. Kai Smith, who's been all over the field tonight, records his second touchdown, a punt return, and now a run play. His first time at the position tonight. Punches it in. Had a lot of field, and now Pascack Valley leads 41-21. Touchdown, Kai Smith. And Stars out there again for the kick, and it's blocked. River Dell Golden Hawks with a blocked field goal. Keeps the score 41-21. Boy, have we seen it all. A muff kick tonight. Interceptions, punt return TDs, huge sack plays, downfield plays. A player with 4 touchdowns currently on the sidelines for the Panthers. A close game in the first half. Now the Panthers lead by 2 scores, but they just had their extra point blocked. We've really, truly seen it all here on Pascack Valley TV. Matthew Mugno broadcasting here in the Valley with Diego, the cameraman, senior. He's the class president for the seniors. A lot of his counterparts in the stands right now watching the game. It's a whiteout. packed stands here. Riverdale also has a crowd in the visitors section across the field. Friday night lights, nothing like it. A beautiful fall evening. We haven't had the best weather in September or October, but tonight has just been spectacular. This is fall football. This is football weather. It's football season. And another takedown by Kai Smith, who just punched in the touchdown, records another tackle tonight. I mean, boy, has he really heated up. Kai Smith's on fire. Recording that tackle there. He's had a few tackles under his belt. His first run of the night results in a touchdown, and he had a punt return touchdown in the first half. 1:28 remaining on the clock, 41-21 score. Panthers have taken the lead, and as of right now, they look to retain the Rumble for the Rail trophy. A pass is tipped, and it looks like it could have been intercepted. That tip play coming from the hands of Evan McIntyre, who's a tight end and lineman. Second down for Riverdale. In the huddle currently, Zion Yoon is cooled off a little bit in this second half of action. We'll see if he'll be able to record a score downfield on this drive. He's had a few shots downfield, a few have succeeded. He's a dual threat like that of Adam Shaw, but two very different players. Yoon is small in stature, but very quick, Kyler Murray-like, and Adam Shaw is more like Josh Allen in that respect. Tall, bulked up. Number 10 for the Panthers. He's also able to run like the wind. We've seen him have a plethora of run plays this year as he's racked up now over 375 rushing yards. He had that coming into the game. He's rushed a lot tonight as well. And they line up for the play. Yoon collects a high snap, weaves through a cluttered pocket, and he's brought down. A huge sack there by Shane Burke. Junior Shane Burke there takes down Yoon. And now it's Riverdale Hawks, 3rd and eternity. They're going to have to turn upfield for this one. Maybe another deep shot. 52 seconds remain on the clock and ticking. Yoon backs up, has a lot of time, a lot of space, has a receiver open, and it's intercepted by who else? Kai Smith. And he throws the ball away. Number 28 for the Panthers. What can he do? Punt return, touchdown. Rushing, touchdown, interception. And just like that, they turn the ball over before the end of the quarter. And it looks like Pascack Valley's really taken over this game. Shaw receives the snap, and he airs it out for DaCosta. A one-handed grab, but it's dropped. Oh, he was so close to hauling that in, DaCosta. Oh, what a close play. A shame he couldn't just hold on in the final seconds as he hit the turf. 17 with a great play as he comes off the sideline. Shaw trying to string it out to his receiver who has 2 touchdowns on the season. As mentioned before, Pascack Valley looking to etch its name in history this year, looking for a playoff push as they were state sectional champions in 65 and 66, 1969, 1990, where they also had an undefeated season under head coach Roy Lupinacci. And in 13-14, back-to-back under Nielsen. And Regula back on the field, but he's holding his leg again. And he's down on the sidelines. Oh, he appears to be in pain. So Regula converts on the play, but he's down on the sideline.
It'll be 3rd and 4 for the Panthers.
Some teammates huddle around him with head coach Len Cusimano. The players are in the huddle looking to the sideline for the play from their offensive coordinator. Eight seconds on the clock. They're figuring out the play call right now. Looks like they try to switch it up. And we'll have Colin Foley lined up at to the right of Shaw, and Kai Smith lined up running back behind him. Now, something to note. Kai Smith is a sophomore, so sophomore back, and he's having performances like this. You can only think his trajectory is upward after an evening like tonight. And now he'll have a chance to shine as Kevin Regula is on his feet. It also looks like Michael Coletti, backup quarterback, has had a headset on, and he's helping assist in plays, so good for Coletti getting involved. They're a backup quarterback to Adam Shaw. Adam Shaw receives the ball, hands it off to Kai Smith. Kai Smith shakes 1, 2 tackles, the third, and he's brought down and tripped up. And he's just, looks like he's just short of the first down marker. Kai Smith ran it to the outside, bounces off a few tackles, and he's brought down. And just like that, we got the fourth quarter coming up for you on Pascack Valley TV. This broadcast has been brought to you by Mr. Michael Sherman, head of film and TV here at Pascack Valley Regional High School. And Diego, he's on the camera tonight. He's a senior council president. Said he moved here. He loves living here to Hillsdale, New Jersey. Moved here. He's now in Pascack Valley High School and has taken every opportunity he can, as he's also involved in Camp Raspberry. For Michael Sherman, he's an author. He's a live streamer. He's created and helped students create miniseries like me, myself, with Sapienza True Events, and then the subsequent sequel, Sapienza Final Events. Andre DeBoggian with Cropsy, which the first episode has over 1,000 views. And a run to the outside, and Foley's brought down, looking for a little flag somewhere, and the play's called dead. He has a gain there, and now Pascack Valley is to the right of the field here from the bleachers. They've made their gains, and I'm trying to spot where Regula is. Looks like not the best sign, as we have the emergency vehicle on the track. And the crowd is genuinely quiet right now. EMS walking out, and they're getting things set up, I believe, to check out Kevin Regula. Action still going on the field. 1st and 10 for the Panthers, and they line up Kai Smith behind Adam Shaw. They got a one-on-one to the right with Franzalia. They hand off to Kai Smith, and he's still running. Brought down within a few yards of the end zone.
Kai Smith runs on up the middle for a gain of 5. Bringing the ball to the 10-yard line here. 2nd down, PV.
I believe the emergency vehicle is here for Kevin Regula. That would be a blow to the Panthers. Adam Shaw takes it himself and is within a few yards of about a yard, inches from the end zone. Adam Shaw again, dual threat. Can he run the ball? He's built kind of like Josh Allen. Nicest kid. Interviewed him. We showed that interview at the intermission. He's not a Halloween guy. Doesn't like scary movies, so I'm sure tonight, Friday the 13th, do I even bring that up? I've tried to put it out of my head all day that we got Friday the 13th in October. What are the odds of that? You got 12 months and how many days for Fridays in a month? But it's tonight, and he said not a fan of scary movies, but certainly they almost had a flash of that in the first half as the River Dell, the Golden Hawks, really gave them a run for their money. Shaw takes it himself, and he punches it in. Beautiful like diamonds in the sky for him. Adam Shaw keeps it himself and adds to the lead. Now 47-21 Panthers. Sophomore touchdown, punching it in. He says, I'll take it in myself. His teammate Kevin Regula, I believe, is going into the emergency vehicle. Not a good sign for the hopes, for playoff hopes. You don't know what the injury is and can't speak to that right now, but I hope all the best for number 25 of the Panthers, who recorded 4 touchdowns tonight, is one short of 20 on the season. And the field goal extra point is good. That'll be 48-21. Star again. Last extra point was muffed, but registers another one on the night. So for the Panthers, they have a monster second half, double their score from the first half. It was all knotted up coming into the half, and they've clearly peeled away like Forrest Gump going downfield. Just not stopping. End zone, no. Tunnel, keep going. Pascack Valley running up the score here, utilizing their offensive weapons. And their skill players are certainly shining tonight under the Friday night lights on a beautiful October night. Again, putting out of our heads that what the date is and what the day of the week it is. And Regula, as fans cheer as he's brought in on a stretcher into the ambulance. And the punt goes past a River Dell Hawk, and he's going to have to gobble it up and run it, but he's brought down. And I believe that's either in the end zone or it looks like the 1 yard line. No safety there, but 1 yard line, a great play there. And they're going to have to go 99 yards downfield if they want to stay in this game with 10:16 remaining on the clock. If there's any player I could believe in tonight on the River Dell Hawks to dig them out of this situation, it would be Zion Younes. For the Panthers, it's not really about tonight now with the injury to Regula. It's more about the rest of the season. They got one more game before a hopeful playoff year, as they're 4-2 right now, looking to have 5 wins on the season, and a run play is almost a gain to nowhere as number 1 is brought down for the River Dell Golden Hawks.
And you will hand it off to Cal. Darts up the middle for some breathing room there. Brings the ball out to the 5-yard line. Second down for the Golden Hawks.
Now on the defensive end with 9:52, it seems this game has settled in and settled down. Once the Panthers got that last score from Shaw, it seemed like it sucked the air out of the River Dell Golden Hawks a little bit. They had a confident first half, a really impressive first half. But the train got off the tracks. Pascack Valley Panthers took control in the second half of action. And Younes brought down. No gain there on that play. The one thing you have to hope for, I think, for any athlete overall, one, you just don't want to see any athlete get injured. Let me begin with that. We don't like to see injuries on the broadcast. at all or talk about them in this manner, but hoping for the health of Kevin Regula. He's not just a football player, he's a student. Kind young man. Looks like Coach Len Cusmano is going to be challenged with utilizing Kai Smith at the back position as the Panthers come up with another tackle. And that was Dante Ricciardi. It's the first time we've heard his name tonight, but his numbers all season have been fantastic. He's a junior linebacker. He has 60 total tackles, a fumble return, an interception, 7 tackles for loss, and a sack on the season. So Dante Ricciardi has been a dominant player on the defense for the Panthers. It's the first time we've heard his name tonight. Didi's going to punt return now instead of Kai Smith, and he's far upfield as River Dell Golden Hawks haven't been able to get far downfield for that. And an interference play, and the Hawks will try and receive it, but there was an interference, and they'll line up.
Kevin High will down Philip Dornheim's kick.
Kevin Dornheim with the kick. Hasn't been able to get a lot of yards on his punts. Panthers on offense again with 8:33 remaining on the clock. We'll see. I think this is a great opportunity for Coach Len Cusmano to try out some new players and new positions, see what his receivers got in the tank, run Kai Smith a little bit. Didi coming off the field, captain of the team, comes from a great family. You know what? The Didis are a family that you see them in ShopRite, Mrs. Didi will talk to you. Big Boston sports fans, so I'm sure he's grew up watching that Belichick system if he's like his brothers. Sean was a year younger than me in school. Paul Didi was also, I believe, football, but also I knew lacrosse player. And the handoff. Kai Smith again upfield. Shakes a tackle, a nice spin move, and he gets a few more yards as a pile of humanity clogs up Kai Smith. He's running wild, and it looks like we'll have a different player at the quarterback position. Michael Coletti is now in the game. It's great to see when you could get a backup. Adam Shaw had a night so far. He threw 1 interception, but he bounced back in the second half and recorded a rushing touchdown. And we'll see what Michael Coletti's got. He's also a sophomore, same age as Shaw. He was on the sideline helping with the play call earlier, and now he's in the game. Hope his family and parents are proud of this moment. I'm not sure if it's his first time in a game this season. If it is, you only really get one of those. First time in the game, proud moment. But if it is not the first time, it's still a great moment for the backup to be able to get in, get reps, and perform well in this game. Have some opportunities, get a few snaps, play the game of football, right? That's why we're all here. And look at this. We got Mr. Sarajan walking down the sideline right now on the track. He's here tonight watching the game. He's a big sports fan here at the Valley. He's ingrained in the culture of Pascack Valley. He's been a man at the forefront of Armenian culture in this region, New York City region. Kai Smith is wrapped up, and he's brought down. Another coach that haven't seen tonight, but he's in the throes of getting ready for the winter season, Mr. Jeff Jasper, an icon of Pascack Valley. In fact, he's still alive, but the court is in his honor and named after him, the basketball court here at Pascack Valley Regional High School. He has had just a legacy run here at Pascack Valley. There may not be a man as important to the history of Pascack Valley as Mr. Jeff Jasper. I had the honor of having him in class, or having his class, attending his class when I was a sophomore in high school, and I think every student can come away with something in life from that. Coletti takes it himself, and he's brought down, gaining a few yards. You'll love to see that they activate 14 on the play.
Like what he sees, he takes the ball himself, runs up the middle for a gain of about 7 yards.
Coletti gained about 5, 6, 7 yards there on that play. Pascack Valley really just killing the clock here. 5 minutes remaining. They doubled the score 48-21 in the second half. First half they came in to the second half and the score was tied 21-21. Big play by Kai Smith, a miraculous punt return tied the game after the River Dell Golden Hawks took a 21-14 lead in the first half. If you've been following along with us on Pascack Valley TV, this has been truly the rumble for the rail. Coletti airs it out, looking for DaCosta, who just didn't have the speed to get to the inside on a slant route.
Michael Coletti's pass is incomplete and intended for number 17, Dante DaCosta. And that will result in a turnover for River Dell as they will take over. Their offense will take the field. Pascack Valley's defense will take the field.
Again, in a transition year, if Pascack Valley can come out of this game with a 5-2 record, this is a playoff team. And they've shown a lot of growth this year. Coming into the season, Len Cusmano admitted that the challenge was that this was a growing year and they've had some ups and downs, and he's looking for some consistency. And you're seeing in the play call, you're seeing in how he utilizes his skill players, how the line's playing. They're serious about this year. They went from a transition year to a year of some success. It's going to be interesting to see. I believe they have Demarest next week, so another game that they can win. But it's all about the power points, and if they can get into the state playoffs and make some noise. Again, there will be one state champion crown, but if they can get in and make some noise, that'll be a building block for the Panthers. So we look at their history over the last few seasons. 2013 10-2, 2014 10-2, 2015 8-3. Now that was under Nielsen, Coach Craig Nielsen. Now from 2016 on, it's all Cusmano. Hawks make a gain there on offense, and Kai Smith comes up with another push and tackle. 4:16 on the clock. Now what I was saying, 2016, Len Cusmano has had 4 playoff appearances and 2 appearances in state semifinal games. 2016, though, 4-6. He took over that year. 2017, 2-8. 2018, 3-6. 2019, 8-3. A surprise and a good year there with Stephen Began at quarterback. 2020, 2-3. COVID-affected season. 2021, 7-4. That was the year of players like Stephen Demboski, Silcher, Justin Amato on the line, Connor McKenna, James Peroni. Those were some of the names from that team in that year. 2022, though, 4-7. So you're seeing some ebb and flow in the game and from year to year. And Coach Cusmano is looking for more consistency out of his team, and he's certainly building the program here. As I mentioned earlier, it takes a lot to build a program. Emergency vehicle leaving with Kevin Regula right now, hoping all the best in his health. Really kind student, hoping the best for him just as a person. He's had quite the remarkable season so far, and it continued again tonight. It's on pause right now, hoping the best for him. And I know his teammates are as well, as they take the field, and they're more in, they're letting the motor hum a little bit lower than before. It seemed like they were eager to get back into the game when they were down. They were down in this game heading just 11 seconds before the half turn, and Kai Smith had a miraculous punt return. And Yoon backs up, loads, and finds a receiver, number 4, for the first down on a post route to the outside. Yoon can definitely air it out. I've definitely been impressed by his arm, his capability to recognize when to run, when to pass, and he certainly has an arm. I mean, he's gotten it downfield a few times for the Golden Hawks. And Yoon airs it out again and has a receiver who cuts to the inside, beats 3 defenders, and he's brought down within the red zone. 10 yards out from the end zone, a great play there.
Number 7, Ryan Rossig, taking down Nick Lamparilla deep down the field into the Pascack Valley red zone. River Dell will continue their drive.
A great play by Yoon to find a receiver on that play. And he's got the ball again, hands it off, and they try and punch it up the gut, and it's run into the turf.
Chris Calm takes that hand up the middle for a short gain. Bring up second down here for River Dell.
Golden Hawks here calculating a play to at least put up another score. As I mentioned before, they did not score 2 games in a row. They lost 44-0 to OT and 40-0 to Ramapo. They're currently 1-5. That's a record looking up at 1-6 right now. And Yoon's got a man. Touchdown, Riverdale Golden Hawks. 2:36 on the clock. That may bring them within striking distance of the Panthers if they can come up with a few big plays. Yoon connects on another passing touchdown. The Panthers have surrendered 27 points on defense. Listen, they can hang in with the offense they produce, but they have allowed the Golden Hawks to hang 27 on them, and the extra point is blocked by guess who? This isn't trivia tonight. Kai Smith with the block there. So he's got an extra point block, a punt return TD, a rushing TD, a sack, some tackles for loss. I mean, he is the ultimate 5-tool Swiss Army knife. If I'm Len Cusimano, I'm plugging him into that running back position and seeing how far he can take the team, as he's performed great tonight. Part of the problem those few years, 2018 especially, was a glaring bad year, 3-6 for the Panthers, as well as 2017. They tried a few different quarterbacks. All were just lackluster, not good at the position. There were some attitude problems, too, with the team, and I think he had to rope them in, and for a few years, Len Cusimano had to weed out those bad apples. It's no secret.
Ready to kick it off here for River Dell.
And the Golden Hawks punt the ball off again. And it's tipped in the air by Kai Smith. He receives it, and he gets a few tackles, and he's wrapped up, brought down, roped off at the 20. And Pascack Valley Panthers will have the ball again. They'll possess 48-27, 2:29 on the clock here in the Valley, a home game for the Panthers. Have a big turnout in fans, friends, family, classmates. And the game has certainly taken a shift here in the last 10 minutes of play. Shaw punched in a TD, and just like that, the Panthers took the lead, and they've been in control here, letting the motor hum on low. They have Coletti in a QB, and he'll hand the ball off to Kai Smith, who's got a few yards on that gain, and he's brought down as he was still standing.
Kai Smith takes that handoff from Michael Coletti. Gain of about 3. Second down, Pascack Valley.
It's great to see Coletti's second drive tonight. Number 14, a sophomore. He's getting some reps at the quarterback position. Again, when you're looking ahead at the schedule, you got one more regular season game, and then it's playoff time. We're starting to be able to see our breath out here. That's the point in the season we're at. You go from coming off the summer where it's beautiful out, some beautiful summer nights. Jake Merlino with a rush attempt, and he's brought down. And then it becomes the fall, and I mean, we've had some days of bad weather, and tonight's just a beauty out. Starting to get real cold, though, that turn in the seasons. Some pretty leaves here lining Sapienza Gardens behind Pascack Valley High School. It's just around that time of the year where you get a coffee from Dunkin', like our producer Michael Sherman. Or you go and get, like myself, you go and get yourself a sandwich from Ken's Deli. Or maybe you get some Carl Emmer meats from town. Hit that hot dog stand up. Hillsdale's 125th year, 125th anniversary. A lot to root for this year in the town of Hillsdale. Merlino's brought down on another rush. Carried the ball about 5-6 yards.
That run there results in a first down for Pascack Valley with about 30 seconds to go here in the game.
.21 seconds on the clock. And the Panthers win 48-27. Final score here in the Valley, 48-27. Huge win over the River Dell Golden Hawks as they'll retain the Rumble for the Rail trophy. Thanks for joining us on Pascack Valley TV. Producer Michael Sherman, Diego on the camera. Diego Albert did a great job on camera tonight, senior class president. And myself, Matthew Mugno, broadcasting here from Pascack Valley. Thanks for joining us. Continue to subscribe to Pascack Valley TV. Enjoy all the content. New PVTV episode was up today. Last week had a great segment with Hot Ones. And keep up with the Pascack Valley football team through our live streams of the home games. Thanks for joining us. Subscribe to PVTV. Have a good night, folks.